Most people think desire is loud. They think it announces itself boldly, obviously, unmistakably. But the truth, desire, real desire, moves in shadows. Welcome back to Dark Psychology. I'm Amelia, and tonight you're about to enter a world most men never even notice. A world where female attraction doesn't speak. It signals. Psychology reveals something unsettling. If a woman wants to sleep with you, she rarely says it outright. She changes something in front of you. Something subtle, something primal, something almost invisible unless you know where to look. Not because she's manipulative, but because female desire evolved to protect her reputation, her heart, and her survival. You've been taught to look for the wrong signs, the safe ones, the obvious ones, the ones even a child could decode. But attraction, true attraction, hides beneath the surface. Tonight, music, you're going to learn the signals most men miss. Not to pressure her, not to assume consent, but to finally understand the unspoken language of human connection and the psychological forces that shape attraction long before a word is spoken. These are the 10 subconscious shifts a woman displays when she feels drawn to you, and how high-value men read them without chasing, forcing, music, or manipulating. Let's begin. 1, she slows down her movements around you. Most people overlook this one because it's quiet, soft, easy to dismiss. But when a woman feels attraction, her entire nervous system shifts, her movements soften, her transitions lengthen, her speech becomes slower and more intentional. Why? Because sexual arousal doesn't speed her up, it slows her down. Her parasympathetic nervous system, music, the one responsible for calm, safety, intimacy, activates. Music. Her body enters a lower cognitive tempo, preparing for vulnerability, not danger. This isn't romance, this is biology. And here's the twist. Most men do the opposite when they feel tension. They talk faster, move faster, joke faster, trying to impress, trying to prove something. But the man she feels safe with, he mirrors her calm. He becomes more grounded, more steady, more music present. Not dominating her, not controlling her, just creating a stable atmosphere that allows her nervous system to relax into connection. Music. And that's where attraction deepens. Because women don't open up through pressure, they open up through safety. 2, she fixes her appearance in micro increments. This isn't the cliche hair flip you see in movies. This is subtle, nearly invisible. A shoulder rolls back, her posture shifts. Her shirt slides slightly to reveal a bit more collarbone. Her hips angle in your direction. She repositions herself to appear more symmetrical, more composed, almost like her body is trying to present without consciously deciding to. Why does this happen? Because deep in the subconscious, arousal triggers a form of primal optimization. She's not trying to seduce you. She's aligning herself with what her instincts recognize as attractive, emphasizing signals of femininity and reproductive health. The hips, the waist, the neck, the lips. None of this is conscious. In fact, if you pointed it out, she'd deny it immediately because she doesn't know she's doing it. This is your cue to do nothing desperate, nothing flashy. Just exist. Music, confidently. Don't seek her validation. Claim your presence. Women are drawn to men who remain stable when they feel subtly exposed. It's not dominance, it's composure. And composure is rare. 3, she brings up sex and then immediately retreats. This is one of the clearest subconscious music tells, but only when you understand the psychology behind it. She'll say things like, "I can't believe people hook up so quickly." Or, "I music, bet you have girls lining up for you." Most men think she's teasing. She's not. She's processing. When desire rises, she tests the waters indirectly, searching for your reaction while protecting her image and maintaining plausible deniability. This is called sexual displacement. She wants the idea in the room, but not attached directly to her. High-value men don't over-explain, don't become nervous, and definitely don't make crude jokes. They simply hold the tension, a slight smile, a pause, a moment of stillness. You're not manipulating her. You're allowing her to explore her own feelings safely in music, without shaming her, rushing her, or assuming anything. Women aren't afraid of desire. They're afraid of being judged for it. 4, she acts defiant over nothing. Suddenly, she disagrees with you. She challenges your opinion. She mocks your confidence or questions your choices, not with hostility, but with playful resistance. This isn't her trying to dominate you. It's something entirely different. Submissive resistance, a psychological test of strength, stability, and emotional presence. She's not asking, "Are you better than me?" She's asking, "Are you steady enough to stand beside me?" If you get defensive or argumentative, you lose the moment. But if you stay calm, amused, unshaken, you show her you're someone she can relax around. Remember, the woman who pushes the hardest is often the one feeling the strongest internal conflict. Not conflict with you, conflict with herself. Attraction is terrifying when it's real. 5, she creates opportunities for isolation. This is where things become unmistakable. She says, let's go outside for a second, or I want to show you something on my phone. But the activity isn't the point. The point is privacy. Female desire increases when she feels safe, unjudged, unseen by others. Not because she's hiding from you, but because she's shedding the social mask she wears around everyone else. When she chooses a moment alone with you, she's not just moving away from the crowd, she's moving toward you. But again, this isn't a guarantee of sexual music intent. It's simply a sign of trust, comfort, and deeper interest. Your job is not to escalate without consent. Your job is to lead respectfully and confidently, showing that her trust is not misplaced. 6, she touches non-sexual objects while talking to you. This is one of the most misunderstood signals of all time and one of the most powerful. Watch closely. She's not touching her hair, she's not touching her necklace, she's not doing the cliché flirting gestures you see in movies. Instead, she presses her fingertips against her phone, the rim of her glass, the edge of the table, her own music thigh. This behavior has a name in psychology, sensory displacement. Her nervous system wants tactile stimulation, but she hasn't yet crossed the boundary of touching you. Music. So she transfers that energy into the nearest safe object. This doesn't mean she wants sex right now. It means her body is preparing for intimacy on a subconscious level. This is the pre-escalation phase, where tension builds gently but undeniably. Your response shouldn't be aggressive, shouldn't be sudden, shouldn't be intrusive. Instead, you do just one thing: music. You close the space slowly, lower your voice, speak with intention, not volume. Let silence do some of the talking. Because in that silence, her mind fills in the blanks. Connection is not built through music force. It's built through presence. If she feels safe, the tension continues to build. If she feels pressured, it breaks. 7, music, her breathing shifts, and then she holds it. Forget chest size, forget cleavage. What you're really watching for is rhythm, because human breath is one of the most honest signals of emotional arousal. We can fake words, we can fake smiles, we can fake interest. But we cannot fake breath. When a woman feels a spark, a real physical spark, her breathing becomes irregular. Shorter inhales, music, longer pauses. A subtle catch in her chest when you get closer, lower your tone, or create a moment of intimacy. This happens because the autonomic nervous system is syncing with her emotional state. Her body recognizes possibility before her mind does. And here's the critical part. She doesn't consciously realize it's happening, but you do. Not to take advantage, not to assume, but to understand the moment for what music it actually is. A shift in emotional energy. When you see her breath catch, you don't rush. You slow down even more. Music. The safest men are the slow ones because desire is not about speed. It's about depth. 8. She accidentally exposes vulnerable skin areas. You've seen this before, even if you didn't realize what you were witnessing. Her jacket slips off one shoulder. Her sleeve slides up her arm. She tilts her neck slightly while listening to you. She adjusts her posture to reveal softer, more delicate skin. This is not conscious seduction. It's evolutionary psychology. These are vulnerability cues, signals rooted in thousands of years of human bonding behavior. Music, showing the neck, softening the shoulders, revealing the collarbone, relaxing the arms. These are primal ancient gestures of trust. In the wild, exposing these areas is a sign of lowering defenses. So, when she reveals them in your presence, even unintentionally, it means her body feels safe. Not submissive, not obedient, safe. That distinction matters. Your job here isn't to compliment her skin or make a crude remark. It's simply to notice. Hold your gaze for half a second longer. Not staring, just acknowledging the moment. Women don't want to feel hunted. Music, they want to feel seen. And seen without judgment is magnetic. 9, she says, I don't usually do this. Before doing it, every man has heard this line. Few understand what it means. When a woman says, I don't usually do this, or I'm not normally like this, she isn't giving you a script. She's giving you a window into her inner conflict. This phrase appears when her internal rules are breaking, not for you specifically, but for the feeling she's experiencing with you. It's her mind trying to maintain control while her body and emotions have already moved forward. Most men panic here. Music. They start reassuring her excessively. It's okay, you're not that type of person. You don't have to explain. I respect you, I promise. But that slows everything down in the wrong way. The correct response is simple. Slow your movements, slow your breath, slow the entire moment. Music. Not because you're trying to convince her, but because you respect her emotional process. A woman doesn't surrender to pressure. She relaxes into trust, and trust is built by patience, not persuasion. 10. She syncs her rhythm with yours. This is the deepest, clearest, most powerful sign of all, and the one 99% of men never notice. Watch her movements. If you slow down, she slows down. If you pause, she pauses. Music. If you lean in slightly, she mirrors the energy, not the action. This is called biological entrainment, a psychological phenomenon where two nervous systems begin syncing due to emotional connection. This is not dominance. This is not control. This is attunement. Her rhythm aligning with yours indicates something profound. Her logical walls have lowered. Her emotional guard has softened. Her subconscious is comfortable in your presence. It does not mean she's consenting to sex. It does not mean you're entitled to anything. It simply means that her body recognizes you as someone she feels drawn to, someone she feels safe with, someone she can let her guard down around. And that in itself is rare. Most men miss this moment because they're too busy chasing, performing, entertaining, or proving music themselves. But high-value men don't chase rhythm. They set rhythm with music calm, with confidence, with presence. Because presence is a language and women feel it long before they analyze it. So now you know desire isn't loud. It isn't obvious. It isn't something a woman simply announces to you with confidence and clarity. Real attraction moves like a shadow, softly, quietly, instinctively. Music. And the truth is, most men never see it. Not because women are hiding anything, but because most men are too distracted, too reactive, music too focused on what they want to notice what's already happening right in front of them. But you're not most men. Music. You're here because you want to understand people on a deeper level. You want to understand yourself on a deeper level. You want to stop missing the signals life music gives you, not just in attraction, but in everything, because this video wasn't really about sex. It was about awareness. It was about learning to read the emotional currents beneath the surface of ordinary moments. It was about understanding that human behavior is never random, and female desire is never chaotic. Music. It's patterned, ancient, psychological, and deeply protective. The highest value men aren't the loudest. They're not the strongest. They're not the ones chasing validation or begging for attention. They're the ones who notice the quiet things, the subtle shifts, the unspoken signs. They don't guess, they don't assume, they don't pressure. Music. They just see. And when a woman feels seen, not judged, not music rushed, not manipulated, but seen, that's when everything changes. Because being seen is rare, being understood is rarer. And standing in the presence of someone who doesn't need to force anything is almost irresistible. Amelia pauses, lowering her voice. But here's the twist. These signs don't guarantee she wants to sleep with you. They don't obligate her. They don't entitle you. They are simply indicators of emotional openness, attraction, curiosity, and connection. The difference between a high-value man and a dangerous man is simple. One responds with awareness, patience, and respect. The other reacts with assumption, entitlement, and pressure. Desire without consent. Music is not desire at all. And the men who truly master dark psychology know that the deepest power lies not in taking, but in understanding. If you want to become the kind of man who reads signals with clarity, who carries himself with calm strength, who creates safety, tension, and attraction effortlessly, then you're already on the right path, because awareness is the first step toward power. If you felt something shift inside you while listening, if a piece of the puzzle finally clicked, or if you realized just how much you've been missing, then imagine what else you're blind to. And imagine who you could become if you learned to read people. All people, not just women, but friends, music strangers, enemies, bosses, the people who lie to you, and the people who secretly want you. This channel exists to expose what others hide, to reveal what you were never meant to notice, music, to teach you the dark side of human behavior, so you can finally walk through life with your eyes open. I'm Amelia. This is Dark Psychology. And if you're done being confused, if you're done being blind, if you're ready to understand the world at its deepest level, then make sure you like this video, subscribe, music, and turn on notifications. Because what comes next will change the way you see everyone. And once you see the truth, music, you never unsee it.